What's up, guys? It's Sergio here. I'm gonna do something a little different today. Rather than put some music over my workout, I figured I'd give you guys a little commentary, maybe give you a little bit more explanation of what I do when I do back. So let's get into it. So first, I got pull-ups that I'm doing here. I do 6 sets. The first set I'm doing right now with no weight. So it's kind of like my warm-up set. So I'm kind of a closer grip, kind of right where the bar bends. I just recently started doing weighted pull-ups. So just trying to really up my game, build my strength up. So just a little bit of weight, 10-pound plate, nothing heavy there. Uh, but also, you can see I'm trying to get maximal contraction in my back. Okay, you can argue, oh, your chin's not going high enough, but fact of the matter is that I am getting maximum contraction in my back. I'm not cheating by trying to use, my arms or the rest of my body to try to get my chin above the bar. So I'm all about trying to get the maximum contraction. So believe it or not, I'm definitely getting that in. So anyway, um, so yeah, here I'm doing two plates. And that's really the heaviest that I'm going. Like I said, I just started doing this. Is only like my second week doing weighted. But next, the last 3 sets, I go wide. So going wide is a lot harder because you're really getting like your entire back, every last fiber. I mean, you're really just kind of reaching, stretching your lats. And as you can see, I mean, with doing the weighted pull-ups earlier, it totally smoked me. So I'm only getting like 6 in. Not that I could really get that much more if I didn't do weighted, but still, doing the weighted pull-ups really smoked me out. But anyway, that's going to really help to get my back nice and wide by gripping as wide as I can. So like I said, I just try to hit it from all different angles, start off close and then go a little bit wider. Um, but next, after I do my pull-ups, I get right into the rows. And I mean, if you really want to build a big back, strong back, really a strong back and put mass on there, you got to do rows. So here I'm doing 4 sets of rows, starting off with my warm-up set, doing about 12 reps. And then for my last heavy set, I'll probably finish out with maybe, I don't know, 6 at the lowest. But big things with rows is you want to make sure you keep your core tight and you want to make sure you protect that lower back. Got to protect the lower back. So as you can see here, we'll slow it down for you guys, and I'll kind of make a few comments on form. Big thing is making sure you got a nice, really good grip. I like to use the hook grip. I can explain that later in a different video. And make sure you keep a little arch in that back. That's really going to help to protect that spine. People make the mistake of having a rounded back, and that's the worst thing that you can do. You get a lot of pain real fast. But as you can see, keep staying low, keeping the knees bent, tight core, and keeping an arch in that back. That's probably the most important thing I can say about that. You just want to really protect your lower back. So I progressively, kind of up the weight, or a pyramid is what they call it, where you increase the your reps decrease as your weight increases, essentially. As you can see, my last 2 sets, I do belt up. I try to use belts and straps as little as possible, except for if I'm going really, really heavy. I mean, see my last 2 sets, I do belt up. I try to use belts and straps as little as possible, except for if I'm going really, really heavy. I mean, I seldomly use straps, to be honest, unless I'm shrugging really heavy. The belt I'll use, once I get really heavy doing like RDLs or rows here. Maybe like some kind of split squat, I'll use a belt. But other than that, I'm not using the belt. But when I do use a belt, it's definitely beneficial, keeps me nice and tight, and most importantly, protects my lower back. So I think this last set, I'm finishing at about 205. So slowly getting there. I want one of my, I guess, PRs or benchmarks is to be able to rep 225, which I have done for, I don't know, I think maybe 1 to 4 reps. But I want to make sure it's clean, and I can do a lot of them. So here I'm doing kind of like a high row, another hammer strength machine, really focusing on the back, but specifically getting more of the upper lat area, muscles around my shoulder blades. This is a great piece of equipment to use. I kind of use it as a replacement for the lat pull down, which for some reason just really kind of messes with my bicep. So, I don't do a whole lot of lat pull down unless it's like close grip. I could do that, but anything wide, it just really starts to mess with my bicep there. So, using this hammer strength is a really good alternative. You can also do it single, one arm at a time, but, right now I'm doing two. But yeah, I love this thing. Here I'm doing about 12 reps. So, just the nature of the machine, I just feel like you get more benefit with a little bit higher reps rather than, only doing 8. Because you really are fighting the weight to get your arms back enough to get a good contraction. Next, we got the seated row, compound row. Love this exercise as well. Here I'm just focused on getting a really good contraction. It's working my lower back as well as working really my mid back, my entire back, to be honest. So lower back, mid back, upper back is really hitting everything. Here I'm just focused on getting a good contraction. I'm doing 15 reps here, so the weight's a little bit lighter, but still heavy enough that it's really going to help to just get real good definition and contraction. So I like to go a little high rep sometimes on certain exercises just to really emphasize getting that definition, that striations in the muscles, or even just building, density over time. Just that tension is just really important. So just trying to get a good squeeze, like you see in shoulder blades there. I'm just really trying to feel it in my back. So this is a great piece of equipment to do that. And like I said, I could go heavier, but the focus here is trying to get a real nice contraction. So that is the goal there. But moving on, after this, I do some just dumbbell rows, just doing one set. I used to do 3 sets, 3 sets with 100, hitting 12 reps, but, it wears on your body after a while. Moving on, after this, I do some just dumbbell rows, just doing one set. I used to do 3 sets, 3 sets with 100, hitting 12 reps, but, it wears on your body after a while. You got to be smart, especially us natural guys and gals, it wears on your joints. So you got to kind of choose your exercises wisely to make sure that you're in it for longevity. Because, if you're not in it for that, then what's the point, Who wants to be in pain when they're old because they wanted to, lift heavy and, be cocky in the gym? It's not worth it. So just one set here, just to kind of remind my body what 100 pounds feels like, and just moving on from there. But, yeah, it's a lot of fun. Next, I'm going back to the doing pull-ups. Just one set here, just kind of like a burnout set, just to make sure that I just really exhausted my lats and just get everything out there. So I don't know, I'm doing anywhere from 12 to 15, pretty much the failure here, one set. And here I'm doing scap pull-ups. No, I'm not cheating or doing half reps or whatever. This is actually scap pull-ups here. I'm just really helping to build the muscles around the scapula. This is a very neglected muscle, but it's important to build that up because it's really going to help and translate in all your other lifts when you're working on your back. Lastly, I like to do a little bit of chest. I know it's back day, but just really trying to take advantage of building my chest up a little bit more. So I just do 3 sets, 60 to 65 pounds, 15 reps though. I'm just really trying to get a good contraction, just like I was in that seated cable row. Here I'm doing back extension using the machine. Now, like I said, at this point, I've already really used my back a lot, so I'm not going to do another free weight exercise. I'd rather just use the machine, do higher reps. I think I do about 20 reps here, I believe, with the back extension. Another really good exercise for back extension is the good mornings, and maybe I'll do a separate video soon and showing you guys how to do that. That's a really good one to help build strength in the lower back. I also like to put my feet up on the bench. It's kind of a habit, but it does kind of work your chest a little bit differently than when your feet are planted because you kind of have that leverage. So I don't know, kind of a habit I've gotten into is put my feet up there. But you absolutely, if you're doing bench press, regular bench press, you want to keep those feet planted because you want as much leverage as possible when doing a. I definitely recommend keeping your feet down if you're going to do like a max dumbbell chest press or barbell bench press because that's going to give you maximum power. And that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Cardio is key. Gotta get it in. Get your sweat on. Stay fit.